All right, let's just look through this again in detail. I really like this guy. First of all, who is he, by the way? Because they didn't talk about him. They talked about the chick, but they didn't talk about this guy.
Beware what
Monex is pretty loud, isn't it?
you ask.
Did they? Okay.
No, man. Curiosity is a charming trait until it is not.
Dude, I love his voice.
Information will be volunteered, not coerced. It will create more questions than it answers.
Want to buy this guy's voice?
When at last their shadow is cast upon the firmament.
Let's take a second to just appreciate the background. Look at it. That's fucking beautiful. Like how it morphs. You see like the, you know, the Orias boy.
Beware what you ask, no man.
And then it changes into the Elder Arena.
Curiosity is a charming trait until it is not. Information will be volunteered, not coerced.
And then it changes into the
questions than
fucking
it answers.
like whatever the fuck this is. Some asteroid supernova field.
When at last their
That's
shadow is
really
cast
cool.
upon the firmament. It will
And then you see the main boss in the background. So I suppose you're gonna be fighting her in this like weird eclipse
take more than
solar
you can
arena.
possess to bind and silence the screams within your mind.
This is really well done in terms of like an audio and visual perspective. I think they did a good job at that.
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Thank you so much for joining us today as we unveil Path of Exile's 3.13 expansion. This release contains everything you've come to expect from a Path of Exile expansion release. A new challenge league, new skills, new items, metagame rebalances, and an endgame content update which will leave a lasting impact on Path of Exile.
Wide shoulders, true.
Our team have been very hard at work over the last few months, and we've got a lot up our sleeves to share with you today. But before we jump in, we wanted to mention that Twitch drops are enabled for the duration of this live stream.
Yo, exclamation mark
Below the
drops.
stream, you'll find the instructions to link your Path of Exile account to Twitch so that you're eligible to receive drops. 2020 was certainly a difficult year for development, but it was also one that saw a lot of big things happen with Path of Exile. In late 2019, we held our first ExileCon convention, where we announced several projects, including Path of Exile 2 and Path of Exile Mobile. Throughout 2020, we developed 4 major expansions: Delirium, Harvest, and Heist, as well as the one we're going to unveil today. We launched on the Epic Games Store and released our Vulkan renderer and a macOS client for Path of Exile. We're really proud of what we achieved last year under difficult conditions and can't wait to continue the journey with you through 2021, where we expect to reveal much more about Path of Exile 2 and Path of Exile Mobile, as well as 4 releases for Path of Exile, including the one you're about to see.
I didn't get the cat, by the way.
Thanks
Maybe I
again
should go
for
get
being
it.
here with us. It wouldn't be possible without you.
macOS,
In today's
yeah.
live stream, we'll kick things off with a 3.13 announcement trailer, then take a deep dive into exploring the new expansion's content and features. Once the reveals are wrapped up, we'll launch into a live Q&A where community streamer Ziggy D will ask me questions from Twitch chat, so be sure to get your questions ready. Once the Q&A is over, we'll be jumping into an episode of the Bay Class podcast, where Taki Cat and his crew of Path of Exile veterans will discuss today's reveals. I'm sure you're keen for me to stop talking and start revealing the new content, so let's jump right into the 3.13 trailer. See you on the other side.
The other side. Here we go. That's a $20 background right there.
What drives you, Exile? Is it justice? Revenge?
This gives shivers.
Honor?
Again, really well done.
No. It is power.
Power.
We felt your deeds. Felt their shockwaves ripple through the void.
Thank you, Reclamation. Thank you so much.
You have our attention. Now you must keep it. Your limits will
Very
be
good.
tested. Break them. Do what is thought impossible, and the Atlas will follow.
I like how they they not like they did the
And the Atlas.
they did the arena for Veritania, and now they're just doing the whole like the same thing on other arenas. It's like, yo guys, what if we made players go around the circle and then like the arena turned and it made everyone motion sick? Bog. I'm glad they turned that shit off, dude. That was making me so motion sick. There it is, dude. This arena is amazing. That it's really amazing. But the one thing I wonder is like this whole like theme of like being in space and stuff. Like if there's like some sort of like, if there's gonna be like, are we stuck on Rayclast like forever, or will we eventually get like new universes to sort of? I know like maps are technically like you're technically opening a portal to a different universe, but like will we ever actually get to like sort of explore them, or you know, aside for just going in a map, will there be some sort of like other, I don't know. Like the Atlas is obviously like portals to different universes, but I hope we explore like, maybe I'm just thinking about more like the story, you know, like if we're gonna be able to like, maybe in PoE 2, like, are we still on Rayclast? We're not, right? What if Rayclast was an illusion by Calandra and her plan was to find exiles like us that are powerful enough to fight an enemy for her, so we're like her tools or some shit? The Atlas is portals to the dreamer worlds of the Elder, yeah, something like that. But like, what happens now with the Elder being gone?
That's one of my favorite Path of Exile trailers. We've released what, like 35 trailers so far over the last decade, and I still get shivers watching each new one. Props to our video guy Eben for great work as usual.
Big up Eben, it's great.
So there's a lot to cover based on what we've just seen. Let's get right into it. In 2016, we introduced the Atlas of Worlds, a formal progression system for Path of Exile's endgame maps that culminated in a pinnacle boss fight against the Shaper. Since then, the War for the Atlas and Conquerors of the Atlas expansions have expanded the Atlas system, introduced new endgame bosses, broadened mechanics, added new rewards, and provided more opportunity for mastery of Path of Exile's endgame. The Echoes of the Atlas expansion introduces a new pinnacle boss, a new way to fight many map bosses at the same time, 11 new maps to explore, and new endgame rewards to earn. Just a few map tiers into Echoes of the Atlas, you will begin to encounter an NPC called the Envoy. It seems that when the Elder was sealed, its absence didn't go unnoticed.
Oh yeah, use the Envoy,
the Envoy speaks ominously of new visitors to the Atlas.
Look at his cloak.
The first set...
His trench coat or cloak or whatever is like tentacly.
Its absence didn't go unnoticed. The Envoy speaks ominously of new visitors to the Atlas. The first such visitor, and the focus of this endgame expansion...
I really like her. Her design is fantastic. She looks great.
...is an entity called the Maven. You'll first encounter the Maven in the boss arena of a map, where she will make the boss encounter more difficult and watch as you do your best to defeat it. If you're successful, she'll give you her beacon, which lets you call her to any map in that region, so she can watch more fights.
Visually, it's... yeah.
After showing her your boss-killing prowess, she will give you an invitation to her own realm, where she has prepared a special challenge.
This guy's MTX is horrible.
The Maven really wants to push you to your limits and has fabricated copies of the bosses she watched you defeat. This time, however, you'll have to defeat them simultaneously.
The
If you
arena's
manage to
fucking
best your
great.
challenge, she'll politely ask you to do the whole cycle again, except this time she wants to watch more and tougher fights, and her next challenge will contain 4 bosses.
I hate that
then
guy with the
5,
laser,
then
holy
6,
shit.
and finally 10.
10 bosses at the same time is
If you're persistent
gonna
and
be no easy
talented,
feat.
you may even get to fight the Maven herself in a very difficult boss encounter designed to challenge the
Unless you're an
strongest and
Overstacker.
best Path of Exile players. Completing the Maven's challenges offers the opportunity to acquire some very powerful new rewards, including Atlas passive skill points, craftable watchstones.
If you're an
and
Overstacker,
even
you
the
stand in the
Maven's
middle
Orb.
and sticky tape right click.
As you complete the Maven's challenges, you'll earn a new type of passive skill point that can be allocated on a special passive skill tree.
This is
in
the
that
best
region
part
of the
about the whole
Atlas of Worlds.
expansion, for sure.
Each of the Atlas's regions has its own passive tree, and they generally have around 20 nodes to
So
choose
like
from.
the way that he accesses it, he's in the arena itself. Will
Each
this
of
be
the
like
Atlas's
accessible even
regions
if
has
you
its own
didn't fight the bosses? It looks like he's killed bosses and then he accesses the thing. But will you be able to access this menu outside of this?
Passive tree, and they generally have around 20 nodes to choose from.
So harvest monsters in the area grants 200% experience. 50% chance to spawn an additional monster.
You can earn up to a total of 10 skill points per Atlas region.
So a total of 10. So how much can you allocate? How many things are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I suppose there's going to be 20 in all of them. So you're just going to have to choose like 2 paths. Kind of like... Or anyways, you'll be able to unlock half of it. Which I don't think there's going to be like too many difficult choices in regards to what you want to take. Because some mechanics are just so much better than others. But still, it's nice that you're going to have to be like... You know, min-maxing in some kind of way.
Nodes to choose from. You can earn up to a total of 10 skill points per Atlas region.
It's a nice sound.
Let's check out some of the Atlas.
Also, it's really nice that the citadels are now like it looks like they've embedded the citadels into a specific place on the Atlas, yeah. So they're not going to be like jumping around and shit anymore, which is good because Sexton thing was kind of annoying.
Passive choices in the Glennick Cairns region. This branch allows you to focus on Beyond, increasing the amount of
Now let's take a look here. Like, Beyond Demons in the area grant 10% increased experience. That's crazy. And also, dude, this might not seem like it's crazy, but Beyond Portals in the area have a 100% increased merging radius. That's actually insane. And it requires 1 fewer portal to summon. That's actually insane. That's absurd. You're gonna summon so many Beyond boys. Slaying enemies close together with 3% chance to attract monsters from Beyond. So that's like already like 1 Beyond, and then so it's 20% experience and 1 Beyond, and then you can sextant it, and then Beyond is on the map device for sure.
experience granted by Beyond monsters, but also allowing you to spawn more Beyond monsters really easily.
So triple Beyond
The
is
Torn Veil
easy,
notable will
and then you can get quadruple Beyond if you roll it on the map. So
drastically increase the quantity of Beyond demons you can encounter.
Jesus.
The Legion branch has a notable pattern.
But this is Glencairn Cairns, right? So, and not only that, the Beyond, dude, the Beyond place is next to the Legion place. So in Glen, like, I feel like we're never gonna be doing any zone aside for Glen. Like, let's be honest. I don't really like that they're locked to a specific region either. To be completely honest with you, because then we don't have much agency over the maps. But there is new maps. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So this will guarantee a general. This will guarantee 2 generals and 100% more timeless splinters. But it doesn't guarantee a Legion. Legion counters have a 50% increased duration. It doesn't guarantee Legion. It just buffs it, so you're gonna have to use Scarabs for it, right? It's just a 10% chance for Legion. So this technically is gonna be kind of like a dead node because you're gonna use Legion Scarabs for sure.
Passive, which increases the amount of time you have to break enemies out and makes it easier to break them out. It's an example of a skill that you could invest into while you're weak and then remove it later once you're more powerful. And yes, as I implied here, there is an orb that lets you refund Atlas passives.
Good.
The Incursion branch allows you to more easily get higher tier rooms in the Temple of Atsuatl and helps
30% increased favor, have a 3% chance to gain Alpha mission on completion. Non-resident architects have a 50% chance to add an additional upgrade tier. Okay. 30% increased favor. As their upgrade tier to the surviving architect room.
you make a definitive decision on whether to swap specific
What does that exactly mean? So like if you kill one, the next time around there's gonna be like 2 choices, but both of them are gonna be upgraded, right?
rooms. On the Ambush branch, the tamper-proof notable passive upgrades all strongboxes to be rare and corrupted.
This is also going to be
synergizes
very
incredibly
juicy
well
for
with the Ambush
XP.
Zana mod or prophecies like Monstrous Treasure. While it prevents you from re-rolling valuable types of strongboxes, the sheer number of corrupted 6-socket and 6-link items will certainly be tempting.
So you say basically a 15% chance, a 50% chance to upgrade a room to tier 3. It's pretty good. Especially considering we get to sacrifice maps for like master missions as well, so pretty good.
Now let's have a look at the Atlas passive choices available in the Lex Proxima region.
So like in terms of harvest, I'm pretty excited about this because you know, it's like, especially if you're considering playing SS7, things like that, harvest is gonna be great. So you're gonna get more experience, obtain areas have a 2% chance to contain a sacred grove. And by the way, like a sacred grove now means that like you're 100% gonna get the crafts. I don't know yet whether you're gonna be able to store crafts though, because they said like, you know, it's like you're not gonna have to go through the seed growing cycles and shit. But I don't know how you're gonna be able to store crafts. They showed that you could store crafts, so I assume that you don't need hoardy stations, because in the video later on it literally shows that he's storing crafts. So I think you're not gonna need hoardy stations. I think it's just gonna be like automatically stored into shit, which is great. Also, you're not gonna have to do any juice management because you get all the seeds already grown, which is also great. Then it gets a 2% chance to contain sacred growth. Yeah, so there's gonna be a 4% chance. So 4 in 100 maps is not very much, honestly. A very low chance. Harvest in areas have double bonuses to item quantity and rarity. Which it's okay, but there's no nemesis, so I think that doesn't really matter unless you're just like hunting uniques in general, which is still okay. But it's gonna be 2, 4, 6% chance, so a 6 in 100. Yeah, so there's not going to be seeds. Like your hoardy place is already going to be planted and everything, so that's good. The Sacred Grove in the area has a 100% chance to contain a Heart of the Grove harvest in the area, 10% chance for the unchosen crop not to wilt. So if you're going to open it might... Wait. The mechanics probably gonna mean that like you open one patch and then the other patches might die. Heart of the Grove is the Oshabi fight, yeah. So I think this is gonna be dead.
The Harvest branch can increase your chances of finding a sacred grove, increase its crafting rewards, and make it more likely that you'll encounter Oshabi. We'll explain later in the presentation about how Harvest is being integrated into the core game in this expansion. The Torment branch can increase item drops from possessed and touched monsters, as well as...
Yo, Nazareth, thank you so much for the sub. I don't know if I got you. Quojo, thank you for the follow, and Reclamation, thank you again, dude. Love you, boys.
populating the area with some already possessed monsters. These synergize quite well with the Sextants that guarantee a certain amount of rewards from possessed monsters. The Delve branch can increase your sulfite.
Okay, here we go. So there's a 10% chance to contain double sulfite, which is really nice. And they give 20% increased sulfite. On top of that, we get extra favor, which is okay for hideout boys. And 3% chance to gain additional Nico mission on completion. So that's 6%. That's 9% all up. And then also if you just complete maps. So there's 35,000 sulfite in the cap. Yeah. And you get 500 per. Well, there's more than 35,000, isn't there? What's the sulfite cap again? It's 35,000, right? Or am I stupid? That's 60k, right? Yeah, 60,000 or 65,000 even. I don't remember, man. It's fucking 6,000 hours delving, by the way. I don't even know this. Divided by 500, so I mean, yeah, it's 65k. Yeah, it's 60. So you're gonna have to complete 130 maps with sulfite infusion to get cap. I mean, yeah. Yeah, if the combo with Scarabs, it's pretty pog, sure. 35% increased damage for each full toxic, vein or chest found in the area. So that's pretty cool. It gives you movement speed for each full toxic sulfite vein or chest found in the area. So your sulfite pickup guy is gonna be pretty fast.
Grant more master favor and grant more Nico master missions. The sulfite infusion notable passive grants sulfite for defeating map bosses, regardless of whether the area has Nico present. This means that you'll be constantly gaining sulfite for every map you do in a region, which is a great strategy if you're not already using sulfite scarabs aggressively.
Yeah.
There are also breach passives, which increase your chances of encountering a breach and ramp up the difficulty and rewards of your breaches. Naturally, new endgame content means new endgame rewards. Watchstones are an endgame item that can be placed in the Atlas of Worlds to upgrade a region's map tiers and add new base maps to that region. There are two types of existing watchstones: quest item ones that can upgrade a region and can't be traded between players, and unique ivory watchstones that provide special bonuses and can be traded. These unique ones are consumed after a number of maps are run. The Echoes of the Atlas expansion introduces 3 new types of craftable watchstones.
This is really
titanium,
sick.
chromium, and platinum. Like regular watchstones, these never expire, but unlike regular watchstones...
Can you put more than one watch? Because there's obviously 4 watchstones, but can you put like 2 titanium and 1 chromium and, you know, can you stack them?
They can be traded and crafted. They are found quite late in your progression through the Atlas. The eventual goal is that you replace all of your base quest item watchstones with new craftable ones over time as you upgrade your Atlas. Each of these 3 types of new watchstone has its own special mod.
20%. Okay, so like that's a really high chance to include a Mariketh army. 26%. That's actually huge, yeah.
But there's also a shared mod pool that they all draw from. Like flasks, they can only be normal or magic. You can't find or craft rare watchstones. Because you can have up to 4 watchstones socketed in a region, up to
2%
8
effect
mods
is
can
also
affect
huge.
that region, and some quite large bonuses to specific content can be stacked. When combined with the Atlas passive trees, these really allow you to optimize what content you encounter and the rewards from that content. The Maven's Orb is an endgame crafting currency item that can only drop from the Maven herself. It allows you to craft influence modifiers when 2 or more are present on an item by removing one modifier and upgrading another.
It's a gamble
when
orb.
upgrading an influence modifier of the current highest tier, it upgrades to a new elevated tier that can have additional properties. This Foul Regalia has 2 Crusader influence
This is gonna be
modifiers on it,
crazy.
the percentage increased intelligence one and the physical damage taken as lightning damage one. When
This
we
is gonna
apply
be
Mavens
wild.
onto it, it randomly removes one of these mods and upgrades the other one to become an elevated influence mod. In this
So
case,
it turned like I'm guessing it's like a divine orb, right? But this is linked. The +1 socketed and % intelligence, that's one mod. Because it upgraded 11% int to +1 and 9%. And it removed
physical damage taken
as
lightning damage 1. When we apply a Maven's Orb to it, it randomly removes one of these mods and upgrades the other one to become an elevated influence mod.
Yeah.
In this case, it upgraded the increased intelligence mod to
It's
also
wild.
have +1 to the level of socketed intelligence gems. The other influence mod was removed. This opens up a mod slot, of course, so it's now possible to add another mod to it. Let's YOLO exalt it for good measure. Maven's Orb crafting is only going to be performed by the upper echelons of elite players, and pushes the boundaries of the best items that are possible in Path of Exile.
Yeah, it's crazy.
One of the things that players look forward to in
I love it, like how every league people are generally like, oh, this is gonna ruin standard economy. Things will never be the same. And then the next league again, it's like, oh, this will ruin standard economy. Things will never be the same. And then the league after that again, it's like, oh, this will ruin standard economy. Things will never be the same. Well, you know what, standard players? You know, just adapt. New shit's gonna come out every league. Your mirror tier fucking 30 item shops, they're gonna be, you know, they're gonna be challenged every league from now on.
an endgame Path of Exile expansion is new maps to play. In Echoes of the Atlas, we have added 11 new types of maps to the Atlas of Worlds, covering a wide variety of environments. And of course, each comes with its own challenging boss fight. Let's have a look at 4 of these new tile
That's good,
sets.
it gives crafters something to do. I really like this tile set. I hope the map is not like a maze though. I hope it's not like primordial. Also look at that aura effect. That looks sick.
One of the reasons why these new maps look so good is that the environment art tile set and level design teams working
Looks
on
great,
them are
yeah.
doing so much work on Path of Exile 2 recently. And it's not just the 4 maps that we showed you here. There are 7 other new maps with their own bosses to discover in-game in this expansion. Whenever we release a new quarterly Path of Exile update, we start a new challenge league. These are essentially a fresh server to play on for that expansion launch, where players explore the new league mechanics, rush to conquer the new economy, race to level 100, and try to get the best items before their friends. The challenge league being released alongside Echoes of the Atlas is the Ritual League. In the Ritual League, you'll discover several mysterious altars in each area you explore. Slay the monsters at the ritual site and then activate the altar to initiate the ritual. When it begins,
Very cool.
you'll be enclosed within the ritual circle and will have to face off against both the onslaught of monsters you've just slain and also the specific powers of that altar. Each subsequent ritual in the area will summon all the monsters from the previous ones, so the difficulty and reward ramp up.
Okay, so you can see that projectiles disappear if they go into the void.
Monsters you kill after you have activated a ritual grant you points called Tribute. At the end of each ritual, you'll have an opportunity to spend this tribute on various reward items.
By the way, what are these? What are these slots? Are those just like... What are those slots?
These items vary
They're just like dead slots? Or...
greatly in power and cost, so you may find you can afford several cheaper ones or one more valuable one. For clarity, Tribute doesn't transfer between game areas.
Not revealed items, okay.
As you complete subsequent rituals in the same area, more potential rewards will be revealed, which can be very expensive.
Oh, I see,
If you can't
yeah.
afford to purchase a reward outright, you can spend a portion of its cost to defer it until later. This means that it will show up in a later area at a reduced price. Items can be deferred multiple
Makes
times
sense.
until you can eventually afford them, and for some of the most
Yeah,
valuable
first, second,
rewards
third
in this
altar,
league,
yeah.
this may be the easiest way to obtain them. You can also spend some tribute to re-roll the contents of the reward screen 1 time per instance if you'd like a new set of reward items to choose from. Among the many other
Those are
roll the
synthesized.
contents of the reward screen 1 time per instance.
I mean, they're
If you'd
just
like a
like,
new
this
set
is
of
a really
reward
low
items
level
to choose
zone, I
from.
think. Not
Among
sure
the many
though.
other rewards you can choose from in Ritual are a special new set of Ritual base types. These are craftable items that have different implicit modifiers than Path of Exile's regular base types. Specifically, they have a strong upside combined with an accompanying downside. If you can create a build that mitigates this drawback, then you can take advantage of the power of these items and craft them into something amazing.
Captain is saying that multiple league passes will be on different regions, and it makes sense because there are not enough league mechanics for every region unless some will just have less trees than others. Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
For example,
That makes sense
these
though.
Nexus gloves reduce your maximum mana, but have a chance of
But
immediately
there is enough leagues though. Think about it.
refunding the mana spent to use a skill. If you can work around this restriction to your mana pool, you can periodically
Like there's like Essence, there's like war bands, you know? There's a lot of leagues that you might not enjoy, but they're there. Uh, 32 including the ones, exactly 32 per to have each per region. To have enough per region. Yeah.
use skills for essentially no mana cost.
Maybe some parts of the Alice just have less passives.
Here are two other examples of ritual base types, the Penitent Mask and the Stormrider Boots. The Penitent Mask applies the Crush debuff to you, removing your physical damage protection. However, its upside is that it increases the effect of Fortify on you by quite a lot, reducing the damage you take from hits. There are many situations where this is a huge win, such as if you already have no armor or endurance charges. The Stormrider Boots reduce your accuracy rating but provide a huge added lightning damage boost to your attacks based on your accuracy rating. If you have other sources of accuracy to rely on, then this is potentially a huge increase to the lightning damage you deal. In the endgame, you can obtain ritual vessels, which allow you to itemize the monsters from a ritual. You can place up to 4 vessels in the map device alongside a map to add the monsters stored in those vessels to the rituals present in the map. This increases both the difficulty and rewards of the rituals.
I'll go back
Add
a
the
bit.
monsters
Warbands, Anarchy.
stored in those vessels to the rituals present in the map. This increases both the difficulty and rewards of the rituals, as well as generating even more tribute to spend on those rewards.
Jesus.
For example, because there's a chance of encountering a Headhunter or Mirror of Kalandra as rewards, using ritual vessels increases the chances you'll be offered those items and allows you to afford them. In
Okay.
addition, you can use these vessels to substantially increase monster density in maxed out maps that have mechanics like Beyond or Delirium present. Using vessels, you have control over the risk and reward
You can
of your
sell the
hardest
vessels
ritual
too, of
encounters.
course.
Vessels are tradable both before and after they contain monsters.
Let's see. Domination Brandis Beyond and Legion, yeah.
You have control over the
Delirium
risk
this
and
league.
reward of your hardest ritual encounters. Vessels are tradable both before and after they contain monsters.
6
In
passive
addition
aura
to the
clusters
new
are gonna be
in-game
like 1
content in the
mirror.
Ritual Challenge League, a large focus of the Echoes of the Atlas expansion is on its Ascendancy classes. Path of Exile has 19 Ascendancy classes, which let you specialize your character further than the base character classes allow. To unlock your Ascendancy class, you must find the Altar of Ascendancy at the end of the Lord's Labyrinth. In this expansion, we've rebalanced every one of these 19 classes and have significantly reworked 3 of them, the Elementalist, the Inquisitor, and the Deadeye. The aim of these changes is to redistribute and simplify power so that Ascendancy passive skills perform stronger single functions more effectively. Let's check some of them out. The Elementalist has always been a good general Ascendancy class for many elemental builds, but lacked really in-depth build options. Now you can pick which elemental ailments to use for greater build customization,
There's
as well as
just an
providing
ignite
more
build
consistent
there.
power against tougher enemies. The Elementalists can also protect themselves from a large amount of elemental damage. Bastion of Elements provides a significant defensive
This is like
shield against
elemental damage reduction
which can
now.
be further improved by allocating more skills on your passive tree and Ascendancy tree. The Liege of the Primordial and Elemental skills focus on Golem builds. Taking Liege of the Primordial now means that your golems
It's
are
really good
automatically
for
resummoned
golems.
4 seconds after they die.
There's no more like really annoying. Like this is really good.
To
There's no
make
more
your golems
annoyance.
immune to elemental damage, you'll now need to spec into Elementalist as well as Liege of the Primordial. Previously, the Shaper of Desolation skill forced you to improve both shocking and chilling, even if you didn't use both.
Hello.
We've now moved these benefits into their own branches, culminating in the Shaper of Flames, Winter, and Storm skills.
Okay, so now you're gonna be able to specialize. More damage with ignites you inflict with hits for each of which the highest damage type is fire. Then chills reduce action speed by up to 40%. It's pretty big. And they always reduce action speed by 15 and all damage is chills. Shocks from your hits always increase damage taken by 15%. And then 25% more effect of lightning ailments you inflict with hits if the highest damage type is lightning. Your hits always shock.
Allowing you to pick which ailments you improve. You can.
This is kind of like a 3 dragons in a way, isn't it? All damage with hits can chill. But will it freeze?
Use an enhanced.
Right. If you crit with a chill, it freezes it, right? So all damage will freeze. If you're a crit build.
Ignite, chill, and shock on any build. Mastermind of Discord no longer focuses on heralds and allows you to strip all elemental resistances from your enemies effectively. Pendulum of Destruction has been reworked.
Okay, let's see here. Applies an extra 25% to affected resistances. An extra. So isn't exposure already 20%? It's going to be 45% penetration? There's no more heraldry. No, the owner. They removed heraldry.
Elemental resistances from your enemies effectively. Pendulum of Destruction has been
Right, the cluster notable. Oh, yeah. Yeah, heraldry is the one that gives... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? You get heraldry and it inflicts exposure, depending on which herald you have, and then it's going to add an additional 25% penetration. What's the point of this? So let's say like heraldry is like 10%, isn't it? So it's going to be 35% pen. It's either 10 or 15%.
all elemental resistances from your enemies effectively. Pendulum of Destruction has been reworked.
You gain convergence when you hit a unique enemy no more than once every 8 seconds. 60% increased area of effect while you don't have convergence. Wow, okay. Convergence grants 30% more elemental damage. Unique enemy though. The unique enemy part sucks. Like, Elementalist is not going to be an Ascendancy that you can use in Delve because of this.
Has Heart of Destruction, providing more elemental damage or area of effect when you need them most. The Inquisitor has derived much of its power from its Inevitable Judgment skill, but the rest of the tree was fairly straightforward and lacked anything truly unique. After our changes in this expansion, many more of the Inquisitor skills provide significantly more offensive or defensive power, while Instruments of Zeal opens up an entirely new and very unique playstyle. Let's have a look at some of the new Inquisitor Ascendancy skills. Pious Path no longer affects attack and cast speed, and now allows you to double the potential recovery of life regeneration by having it apply equally to Energy Shield. Sanctuary no longer provides mana, but now has a larger damage bonus from Consecrated Ground. Up from 10% to 15%.
Okay, wait. Sorry, I was answering some Discord message.
And now allows you to these skills. Pious Path no longer affects attack and cast speed.
Life regeneration. Immunity to elemental ailments to you and allies. Affects consecrated ground. You create linger for 4 seconds.
And now allows you to double the potential recovery of life regeneration by having it apply equally to Energy Shield.
Hmm.
Sanctuary no longer provides mana, but now has a larger damage bonus from Consecrated Ground.
Sanctuary is
up from
always
10%
big.
to 15%. Righteous Providence has been simplified a lot. It still focuses on critical strike chance, but it now scales it up by a percentage equivalent to either your strength or intelligence value, whichever one is lowest. It also provides plus 50 to both of these attributes, which is a huge benefit in multiple ways. You will definitely want lots of both attributes.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in a call quickly with Grim. Let's see here. If I can pull them in. Hello?
Yo.
Yo.
Have you seen the craftable bridgestones, dude?
Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna stream what I'm watching.
Okay.
That way we can cause I'm going through the video and just like checking out the ascendancies right now.
Bro, they nerfed Deadeye. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They actually nerfed that, yeah. Okay, can you guys hear the audio if you join the...
I'm gonna make you a really toxic video and hopefully they buff it.
Don't do the real toxic video. But yeah, like the ricochet kind of sucks. And that's the first thing I thought when I saw it.
They took away accuracy and the more damage on chain, bro.
Yeah, the more
damn.
damage on chain is rough. It's
That's
really
brutal.
rough. But yeah, can you watch the stream?
Yeah.
I will hear you double though. I can mute
No,
the
not my actual stream, like the Discord stream.
Quiz it on.
Oh, okay.
But then you can hear the video. I'll go along with it.
Yeah, nice.
Tell me if you can hear the audio.
Scales it up by a percentage equivalent
Yep,
to either your
cool.
strength or intelligence value, whichever one is lowest. It also provides plus
What do you think about Inquiz? Did they remove the penetration or
50 to both of these attributes.
Or
which
is this
That's the way they
Or-
nerfed.
or is this a penetration?
I think that's not it. It's pious, right? That's the pious thing, right?
I'll take up Path of Building and see.
I got it open, yeah, I'm looking. Augury of Penitence, yeah, that's the more damage taken by enemies nearby.
Oh, so they removed the pen.
Yeah, the
Yes.
100% pen.
That was
That-
the
that
Inevitable
was like
judgment.
that was the best
One
thing.
main Inquisitor, dude. Yeah.
The inevitable
That's
judgment.
one
Yeah,
of the
let's
reasons
see.
I
Let's see what they
in
replaced it with.
multiple ways.
Because this increased critical strike chance per strength or int. I think that's terrible. I think that's not good at all.
You will definitely
Per
want lots
point.
of both
No,
attributes.
bro, what? What if you have
There
like
is a lot of crits and
280 strength? It's like 280% increased strength.
Yeah, but crit chance.
It's still pretty big. Like you get 50% strength. I mean, yeah, it's not insane. Imagine that was crit multi.
Yeah, I mean, if it's crit multi, nobody's playing anything aside for Inquiz. Let's be honest. But strengths are
sure.
int, like, and it's the one that's lowest, so obviously it's gonna be strength. They're gonna have like on a character. Usually, if you have 50, right, and maybe you have like 100, so it's like 150% increased critical strike chance. That's not that big. It's like a mod, like a tier 1 mod on a wand. It's like,
Mhm.
you know, as a fucking ascendancy. That's not that
I
good.
think maybe they're actually trying to turn down the power level of ascendancies. Because they nerfed the golem ones as well on Elementalist as well, didn't they? I swear they did.
But they added a lot of quality of life. The problem I have with Elementalist is so I was just looking at it as well.
What's
Elementalist
the
looks
golem shit?
amazing, right? Aside for the fact that okay, let's see if I can find the golem one.
Effectively.
So Mastermind of Discord is amazing because it's like it's additive to the exposure resistance thing that you already have. The golem one is 25% increased damage per summon golem, 25% increased effective buffs granted by your golems per summon golem, which is pretty big, and then plus one.
It's actually a buff
golem.
by 5%. It's exactly the same apart from 5% increase per golem.
And they added summon golems are resummoned 4 seconds after being killed, so you're no longer a babysitter. I know it was like hard for them to die, but sometimes they would die, and this way.
My golems never died, but yeah.
Even in daily maps.
No, I mean, I don't take golem into daily maps, bro.
Yeah, but you could. Or like you could take them into like Delve or some shit. Because they always died in Delve as well. They're just like standing in degen and
on Uber Zeri, and maybe it dies on Uber Elder if like I'm not in the shield. What's the last one?
I think the last one hasn't changed because they didn't show it.
They did.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, Elementalers. So summon golems are immune to elemental damage. 25% chance to avoid elemental ailments per summon golem, so that you're gonna have 100% like ailment immunity.
They removed the line.
25% increase of buffs granted by your golems for summon golem, and +1 maximum number of golems.
They removed a line there. Oh wait, what happened to it? I can't see it.
It's because he has it set up to only show the browser.
Yeah, otherwise you can't hear the audio.
Okay, so they removed a fuckload of increased damage from that node.
25% 20% increased damage per summon golem, yeah.
Yeah, so they halve basically how much multiplier you're getting from that shit. Just kind of toxic.
I suppose.
We traded that for the golem resummon thing. I mean, it needed a nerf, but yeah, that's not that bad. It's not like what they did to fucking Deadeye. Deadeye died.
Yeah, Deadeye is oofed.
Previously, the Shaper of Desolation skill forced you to improve both shocking and chilling, even if you didn't use both. We've removed these benefits into their own branches, culminating effect when you need them most.
I'll talk to you after I finish work if you're on.
Alright, sure.
I think that Elementalist now is better for mapping, like as a normal build, not Golemancer. Like the golem nodes are good, like to just get the buffs from the golems, because if they die, they get resummoned by themselves. You don't have to resummon them.
Yeah. The only problem I have is convergence. It's like because you only get the more damage when you hit a unique enemy. Otherwise, you get 60% AOE, but like spending an ascendancy, 2 ascendancy points to get 60% AOE. You know.
I mean, for clearing maps, you don't need more damage, and for single target, you don't need AOE.
Yeah.
So they when you need the damage the most,
the damage is nice. I was kind of more thinking about like using it like I don't know, to delve or some shit like that.
Okay, yeah. When a beyond boss spawns, you have it. That's
true.
when you need it, and then you don't have it anymore when you're clearing them up.
It's a good mapping build. The +1 golem was already there, Krovax. +1 golem was already there.
Yeah, the golem is the same. They only took off golem damage and they added the auto respawn
effect when you need it most. Attack and cast speed. It now allows you.
And now the pious Inquisitor, like it's I feel like they made Inquisitor worse.
10 to 15%.
I think they changed it. Like the theme of Inquisitor is like consecrated ground and energy shield base, and it's like strength int based. I think that the crit chance for strength and int will make like insane strength and int stacking builds. Like like Zophric Sanctuary, it gives you flat ES per strength, and then Shaper Touch gives you accuracy per int and gives you ES per strength. I think you can like make insane builds like that, like with Inquisitor, just stacking a lot of int and strength, and you get like 100% crit chance without even using Diamond Flask.
Yeah, true.
And you can get like more multipliers on all the flasks.
Ways, you will definitely want lots of both attributes. Instruments of Virtue has been simplified and made more powerful.
This one I don't know how to
Its
feel
benefits-
about. Like 10% more attack damage for each non-instant spell you've cast in the past 8 seconds up to a maximum of 300%.
Yeah, I think that's bad.
Flame Dash is instant, right? Or I guess it's not.
Oh wait, spell damage equal to the damage of your main hand weapon. What does that even mean? Like
So it's like
PDPS?
it's like you know, like Spellslinger. How with Spellslinger, it's like if you have a flat fire roll, yeah, it adds
wow,
flat.
that is actually huge.
It's good, but
wow,
more
really...
attack damage. That's how does that work?
Okay, imagine you have a really, really good weapon, right? It gives you a fuck ton of flat to spells. Like a really high DPS weapon,
Yeah.
it gives you a lot of flat to spells. And you can if you're like a custom crit build, you do damage with the skill itself, with the attack, and then also with the spells. I think you can make like really weird build.
Right, like a hybrid attack spell build.
Yeah.
This sounds kind of scuffed.
Yeah, but there's a lot of items that scale both spell damage and attack damage, like Crown of Eyes and stuff.
Yeah. That's true.
It's probably like okay.
But more attack damage for each non-instant spell, like that's kind of dead, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because more attack damage means that like it's just scaling your attack damage. Which are you going to be specializing in?
I guess you spam Flame Dash.
But then you're going to be an attack build. You're not going to be a spell build, right?
What is the node after that?
Yeah,
the node in the...
No longer strictly apply if you've cast a spell or attacked recently, but it now grants 10% more attack damage for each non-instant spell you've cast recently, up to a maximum of 30%. It also grants Battle Mage, which causes you to gain added spell damage equal to the damage of your main hand weapon. This provides a lot of new hybrid spellcast and melee build possibilities.
Okay, let's see here.
You can combine Instruments of Virtue with the new Instruments of
Zeal. Fanaticism grants spells you cast yourself 75% more cast speed, 75% reduced mana cost, and 75% increased area of effect. So it's trying to promote self-cast, but it's behind the other node.
Okay, so what they want you to do is have a spellcaster and a melee at the same time, and you just use both. Like you cast attack, cast attack, cast attack, I think. It's kind of weird playstyle, doesn't really fit PoE.
No, I don't think it really fits PoE.
I mean, 75% more cast speed though is insane.
Yeah, and 75% increased area of effect as well is insane. And reduced mana cost is also pretty good unless you're trying to go Archmage, obviously, but... I mean... I don't think it's good. I don't think I would want to play this sort of playstyle. What are you going to do? Like, one ground slam into like a freezing pulse or something?
If it was always up, maybe, but you need like 4 seconds to make it charge up.
Green Fanaticism for 4 seconds? No, I don't think you need it for 4 seconds because you just need to reach maximum charges and you gain 1 charge every second if you've attacked in the past. Yeah, well, that's the problem. You have to attack in the past second.
Shield charge?
I suppose.
It's not that.
But then what's the point of the node before it?
Wait. Does more cast speed scale Brand?
Of course.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
because Spell Echo doesn't scale. The more cast speed from Spell Echo doesn't scale Brand's
but I think
activation frequency.
Brand scale from cast speed, but I just think I don't think brands are like you can spell echo them. Can you spell echo brands?
Yeah, you can. It will summon 2 brands, but it doesn't scale the activation rate. It actually typed in the wiki. I looked at it today because I was Theorycrafting.
But more cast speed, 100% scales.
Yeah, then I think if you just shield charge and you use like a high PDPS weapon, you just shield charge. Because the node before that, it gives you like a lot of flat. Like imagine if you have like 600 elemental DPS on your weapon and you just put it, you have like prefixes, like 600 flat LE damage on your prefixes, and then as suffixes, like use a mace, for example, right? You don't care about the attack speed, you just care about the prefix damage, flat damage to attacks. And then as suffixes, you just get like crit multi and crit chance to spells or something. We have harvest, so it's really easy to craft something like that. And you have like, you just shield charge, and you get the bonus for attacking, and then you just have 75% more cast speed and infinite flat from the weapon.
But so we're gonna just disregard the one before it, the more attack damage part of it, because with Crown of Eyes, this doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like you can't like more attack. Like you're just gonna ignore that, right?
Yeah, but Battle Mage by itself is like I think
good enough. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Battle Mage is really crazy.
Like a skill by itself, level 20 is what, like 900 damage, 1,000. You can get like 600 elemental DPS weapons pretty easy.
Yeah, it's true. And then you'll have to use an attack to trigger the second one. Well, you have to use an attack once every second.
You can just spam shield charge, right?
I suppose.
Or you can like Cyclone. No, Cyclone sucks.
Yeah, Cyclone sucks. And I'm pretty sure like Leaf Slime also sucks.
I think this will scale really well if you use the Trinity new skill, like the Trinity support.
Right.
That uses all the elements, because you have like flat from the weapon that gives all 3 flat.
I see your messages in Twitch chat, by the way. I guess you could smite, but like you have to smite once every second. Keep the buff up at max. Which kind of sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a thing that you need to play it to know how it works well. I think.
Yeah.
To have 75%
you need to like actually test it in game to know exactly.
And increased area of effect. Fanaticism is
the first thing I thought when I saw this is the next Mathel build. I'll be honest. Because this sounds like a Mathel build, right? Mathel's cool with like pressing 6 buttons to do his stuff, because it's like very hipster, very like special builds.
For weaving attacking and spellcasting together. Historically, the Deadeye Ascendancy was the best place to
maximize the Inquisitor. You can go strength stacking with Mjolnir, Cyclone.
Yeah, true.
Mjolnir, Cyclone, like the old Fakener build that he was running, Mathel.
Yeah.
He actually did the build like Cyclone, cock discharge with Trinity. Oh my god.
That's true, actually. Because Mjolnir already needs like how much strength, how much attributes?
A lot of strength.
Yeah.
And you can use the glove that give you spell damage per strength.
Per strength, yeah.
They're actually huge, those gloves. They give you so much damage, but you never have enough strength to actually, or like any other bonus from strength to actually use them. But if you get like a fuck ton of crit, it might actually
it double dips, yeah.
Yeah.
A variety of new mechanics that enable new ways to build and play ranges. Let's have a look at the new Deadeye system.
Let's have a look at the new Deadeye system.
Far shots now deal 60% more damage to enemies far away from you, which is up from 30% before, but now also deals 20% less damage to enemies that are close. It no longer has a projectile speed bonus,
it's not bad.
Removes the sprint.
But I like the AoE on Farshot. Well, actually, no, Farshot didn't have AoE. That was endless munitions.
From your barrages. This additional damage rewards Deadeye so you can keep their distance from their targets.
Like, I don't know why they would make a node basically for only barrage. I think that's not that cool. I And
you need some way to do single target damage, right? Because like the problem of Deadeye is like it's squishy and it doesn't have single target damage. His clear speed nodes are already really good.
I mean, point blank was already what you wanted, right? They just don't want us to play point blank.
Yeah.
Because it made no sense in the Ranger fantasies. Like, oh, to play Ranger, you gotta be like close to the boss as possible. I suppose. But the whole ricochet thing, this ruins Deadeye. This was the one reason why you went Deadeye. Like,
it could be okay for the mine builds.
No, because like they wanted the 10% more, dude.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's so much damage.
Because they would go like 2 chains or like 2 or 3 chains. So you're losing 20% more damage at a minimum, which is a lot of damage.
Yeah, Grimro POB'd is a tornado shot character from standard, and he was losing like 25% more damage.
Yeah,
it was insane.
Far shot based on the mine location, yes. Not based on So far shot is also fucked. Because you're just gonna have 20% less damage. But actually, let me check. The good thing about far shot is that like generally it's always been like a node that you just had to travel through for miners because it's attacks. So far shot was actually a dead ascendancy, but now you don't have to path through it anymore.
Yeah.
This additional damage rewards Deadeyes who can keep their distance from their targets.
Actually, yeah.
Previously,
now you can take everything you want on Deadeye, like because all the nodes are 2 points or they're like attacks to something else, so you don't have to go through bad nodes. You can just pick up exactly.
But like you might not want to take ricochet anymore.
Yeah, you can pass through the one on the left, maybe.
I don't know what the one on the left is, but yeah.
Ricochet
I'll check it in a sec. Also, time and granted 10% is endless munitions projectile attacks only?
The new Ricochet allows your projectiles to both chain an additional time and have a chance to chain off walls and terrain.
Let's see. Nope. Just skills fire 2 additional projectiles. What was it before? It was the same as well. Or if you can't see anything, I'm on POB.
That's fine. I'm looking at my tree as well.
Before it was it was the same skills fire and additional proj.
It has been simplified to offer 2 additional projectiles rather than 1 additional projectile and some other minor
I think that's better. +2 is better than +1 in AoE.
Yeah. AoE was good in certain situations though. Like for KB, for example.
Yeah.
The skill is accessible behind 3 of the Deadeye's paths, making it an option for many different Deadeye builds.
Because it was 50%, that was a lot. And then this whole occupying force is the Mirage Archers thing, so that's shit. So you have to pass through. You have to pass through Ricochet. I mean, it's good for bosses, right? Because you technically now have like two Mirage Archer totems, which is like, it's cool.
You have 3.
Yeah. Plus, 3, right? Because it's +2. Yeah.
You start the boss and you just melt it.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, so I think spell Deadeyes are sort of scared right now. A little bit, because I don't know. What the fuck would you take? Anyways.
Force is a new skill that benefits Mirage Archers by granting you additional ones and allowing them to be separate from you.
Let's see. They made Tailwind better though.
Yeah, Tailwind is...
They made Tailwind better. 18% effect of Tailwind on you per Gale Force. And it's 1 Gale Force when you use this skill.
That I support.
Maximum of 10 Gale Force. Dude, that's like 150% effect of Tailwind.
I think it was 100% before. They buffed it, right?
Tailwind increases action speed by 8%. Did they nerf Tailwind? Yeah, they nerfed Tailwind by 2%.
Yes, but the maximum before was 100. Now it's 150%.
So it's still better? I guess they nerfed the boots? I suppose.
8 times 15.
Does that come out to the same?
It's 20% better.
20% better.
Instead of 100%, it's total with 120.
Yeah. I mean, you can't guarantee Tailwind anymore because it doesn't have a tag with Harvest, so...
Gathering Winds
you can't force the Tailwind anymore. They removed the tags. Also, you can't force the
Tailwind effect
gloves on anymore.
Is now given by the Gale Force buff.
And nerf gloves.
Less damage taken per Gale Force.
I think that's bad.
Yeah, it's good against surviving one-shots because that's 30% less damage taken and it could stack with like Kintsugi and Wind Dancer.
But would you take it over...
No, I just wouldn't play Deadeye anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I've been playing much Deadeye lately, but
right?
you know.
You have 4 Ascendancy points. You want +2 arrows, probably.
Yeah,
and you probably want +1 chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2.
And then you take
and
Tailwind.
Then you take Tailwind. That's 3. And then the 4th one,
probably
you
Rupture.
can take whatever you want.
I think Rupture. Because that'll give you like crit multi. That's the only one that's actually decent. You're gonna update your TR Minor if they change Trickster? Yeah.
Enhances the Gathering Winds passive by making Gale Force a lot more effective, with the drawback of losing all Gale Force.
Wait, did they fuck Rupture as well? Let's see.
Potentially makes your character even more potent. The Rupture skill previously...
Oh, so Rupturing was dead as well. I mean, bleed builds. Okay.
Actually, like Split Arrow Bleed might really be okay.
Yeah, but you don't want to play Deadeye for that.
It has the best coverage. You can use the gloves to explode with bleed, right? It's really cheap.
It's true.
It's like the best for mapping on a budget.
Yeah, it's 70% less damage taken if not hit with Wind Dancer, exactly, and it's really good, but you don't get much, like, if you do get it, then you're, like, in trouble, right? So, you need to, like, the only time Wind Dancer and Kintsugi is good is, like, if you have really good dodge as well. And it's hard to get really good dodge on Deadeye because, you don't get dodge from Deadeye, you just have the boots, right? And phase acro. That's about it.
I think the best thing about Deadeye is that it's connected from any way. So you can skip Far Shot. You get Chain, Projectiles, Tailwind, and then you have an extra node, and you don't have to take Far Shot, which was like a waste of 2 points in the Ascendancy. Now you can take something else instead.
Yeah.
You lose some damage on the chain, but you gain 2 points.
But I don't think that justifies it because you don't gain anything. You're just losing. You get an additional proj. That's the only thing you really gain. But I feel like for the most builds, additional proj is like not as good as like 10% more damage per chain.
Yeah.
So all those like chain quivers, they're worthless now, basically. Like chain is nice for coverage, but it was good because it double dipped. Alright, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me.
Builds. It's been renamed to Rupture Ring and it's been simplified while being made more powerful. Critical strikes that inflict bleeding now...
I like how he says it's been made more powerful.
Also inflict Rupture, which causes bleeding enemies to lose more life, but their bleed expires more quickly.
Very strong for bleeding. Then you got Focal Point, which is increased effect of your marks, less damage taken from other enemies near your marked enemy. Marks you inflict and remove from dying enemies. It is really strong, but the really good mark is Sniper's Mark, and there's no way to apply it except for self-casting it. There's no like...
Take increased damage from projectiles. How much damage do they take? 35?
Sniper's Mark is insane. Like, and there's no way to apply Sniper's Mark aside for, self-casting.
Yeah. So, isn't there any ring that gives you Sniper's Mark? No, right?
No. It's just Warlord and
Yeah.
the crit one. I forget the name.
I mean, on bosses you can self-cast it.
Yeah, but Assassin's Mark, this one, yeah. Yeah. And by the way, Assassin's Mark doesn't work with mines as well. So.
What if you do Arcanist Brand, Sniper's Mark, increased duration, and then you just recall it on top of you every time and during map? Like you cast it once, and then for like 20 seconds you have it up, and you just put recall on left click, and you just have it on top of you. Anytime there's a boss on the mark will attack and just cast mark.
Yeah, you could do that. But then you get into the point of like, why would you do it in a way? Like if you're trying to like make a smooth min-max build. First of all, you're playing a Deadeye. Secondly, you're I don't know, it's like it just feels like they're trying to like feed into a niche that's like not facilitated by the items that are in game. Also, like I don't know what they're thinking because this just makes Deadeye worse. Like rupturing was like rupture was a good node. Multi was like very good. Not getting ricochet damage as well now like literally sucks. Like how can they take damage away from Deadeye? Like why?
Okay, the thing is you only lost damage late game. Early game you actually gained a lot of damage. If you take the mark node when you're doing axe or something, you curse the boss and then you just 2-tap him. Like it's a level 20 gem. Like if you're doing early maps, level 20 mark with the Ascendancy, 61% increased damage taken.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's like insane.
But yeah, as Pachi said, who cares about early game though? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, thank you so much, Grim, for the raid, dude. I have alerts off, but thank you, bro. I appreciate that a lot. Like, I think like 20% Tailwind is like kind of cool, like getting that on top of it, but the fact that Ricochet is gone and Rupture is gone, Far Shot is okay, but positioning yourself far from things kind of sucks. I think you'd rather play point blank still as a bow character. The Mirage Archer thing is pretty good, but losing like 20-30% more damage from Ricochet is like it's a disaster.
What it feels like is that they're trying to force you to like have a more engaged playstyle, that you have to like actually do more stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of just running through everything.
Yeah.
But like if you actually do the mechanic, it's super strong. Like 3 Mirage Archers are really strong. The Tailwind is like slightly buffed.
Yeah. So I guess you'll be able to do different builds, but Deadeye as we currently know it is it's just not there anymore. I mean, not that Deadeye as we currently know it was really that good, but this I feel like doesn't make it that much better. Because you're still gonna have the issue of not having enough damage.
Yeah.
And not being defensive enough. Which at least the one thing that I used to be good at before bow nerfs were your damage was fucking great.
Yeah.
You know? Your damage was amazing, but barrage spread. Yeah, like barrage spread is trash. like sure, whoa, you're gonna have more single target damage. Well, are you gonna make a Deadeye to boss? Like, bro, fuck no. You'd make any other character to actually boss, right? Yeah, for bleed, Deadeye might be pretty good, to be fair. For bleeds, Deadeye might actually be pretty good. But
the problem of bleed is like it's really hard to craft a really good bow. You have to use one of the unique bows to start with.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to craft.
Elder bows are pretty easy to get.
Okay.
I think it just goes Assassin. Dude, Assassin can be really good. The only bad thing about Assassin is accuracy. But with Assassin, you can do some insane shit with power charge stacking because of the... What's the Elder bow called again? The bow that you get from Elder. It's 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it's Hope Shredder. So with this bow here, like with Hope Shredder, you get 12 to 14 cold damage per frenzy charge. So if you get like 10 power charges with Badge of the Brotherhood, the only thing you're gonna have to do is mitigate the cold damage taken per frenzy charge, which is
I think at that
while
point
moving.
you just attack stacking bow, dude.
Yeah, but the problem is that like if you're playing assassin, you can't really tech stack like as well as Deadeye, right?
There is so much damage to mitigate. That's 2,000 damage per second. If you count your defense, that's 250. You need
while
some
moving
good
though. You could go Assonance Chant. Yeah. Assonance Chant and then Restoration with what's it called? Lightning Warp. So you never move. You know what I'm saying?
No. It's gonna feel so bad.
You're just hopping around the map. Anyways, Rutu did that a little back, but yeah. It's scuffed. That's when we were playing oh shit, yo, that's my I'm seeing my WoW character. Whoops. Anyways.
Focal Point is a new skill which improves the effect of mark skills that were made more powerful in our recent Heist expansion. It increases the effect of your marks by 75% and makes surrounding enemies deal less damage to you.
I'm not really happy with what they did to Deadeye.
The Elementalist, Inquisitor, and
overall
have undergone some major changes in this expansion.
You know me?
That
I support.
The other 16
you mark beyond bosses and stuff, and you give them to the team. Dude, giving like you go curse bot, right? And then you have Tailwind. You don't really care about anything as Deadeye, right? You just want you go Tailwind and mark effect, and you just curse the bosses. So your carry just one taps them early in the league, and you just push Atlas with Deadeye support. I mean, curse bots.
I will show you some of the changes to the Slayer to demonstrate what you can expect.
See Slayer.
Some Slayer effects were much stronger than others, limiting build choice. We've now provided more power spread out over a wider selection of passives, while allowing easier
you can mark blasphemies. You can blasphemy marks.
Brutal Fervor and Endless Hunger have switched places on their Ascendancy branch so that Life Leech is more accessible and can be further improved by speccing into Endless Hunger. Masterful Form still causes you to have endurance charges equal to the number of frenzy charges you have, and now grants an additional frenzy charge instead of increasing endurance and frenzy charge duration. Overwhelm's base critical strike chance for attacks with weapons has been increased.
The 8% base crit is pretty big.
Hopefully you now have a good idea of the scope of changes that we've made to the 19 Ascendancy classes.
Me neither.
While the biggest changes to the
Here we go. Occultist. What do they change? Forbidden Power is the same. Yep. Viability is the same. Frigid Wake? I don't really play cold dots. I'm not even too sure. Was it Wild Bast? Frigid Wake? Cold dot multi? Cannot be chilled, cannot be frozen. It's just more cold damage. Not cold dot multi anymore. Huh.
More chaos damage is good though.
It's more cold damage. That's
I mean Withering Presence, 50 more chaos.
yeah, but Frigid Wake is also good as well. It's just generic more cold damage, 20%. I mean 15%.
Yeah.
But it's hidden behind the Void Beacon, which is also good. Oh.
Yeah, Void Beacon is solid. Withering Presence solid, and Frigid Wake is solid. They're all really good. They changed the damage over time multiplier from cold and chaos to be like generic more chaos and cold damage, but which is way better.
I think that's really good because you cannot be chilled, you cannot be frozen. Every 4 seconds, 33% chance to freeze nearby chilled unique enemies for 0.6 seconds. Every 4 seconds, freeze nearby non-unique enemies. I mean, I feel like Occultist might be really good. For cold spells, you go power charge stack in Occultist. As long as you get to your crit multi and critical strike chance somewhere. I feel like Occultist might be really good. Because you have like power charge generation is so easy on an Occultist. And you can still play Bob, like Badge of the Brotherhood.
Yep.
Then you would go Void Beacon, Frigid Wake. Oh, yo, by the way, they increased the spell damage and area of effect. And the spell damage is not spell damage anymore, it's generic. They increased area of effect from 5 to 6%. So they buffed Forbidden Power.
Oh, they buffed Profane Bloom, 40% to explode. From 25 to 40%.
Oh,
50%
shit.
to explode. Oh my god. Your Profane Bloom, Forbidden Power, Frigid Wake is really good.
Yeah.
For a cold spell. And if you want to go Chaos instead, you go Withering Presence instead of Frigid Wake. But I think Cold is way better.
Yeah, with Colts, dude, it's... And you get like 20% pen. Like...
Does that explode work with mines? Probably.
Cursed enemies, you or your minion skill. I think it does. It says you or your minion skill. I'm pretty sure mines are counted as minions.
I think they're counted as you. They take the tag you when... I don't know.
They never took the U tag though. Does Profane Bloom work with mines? Chat.
I'll be right back 1 second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
I can look it up. Does Profane Bloom work with mines? Totem traps or mines does not proc Profane Bloom. Yeah. Dot mines do, yeah. I mean dots are counted as you. So. Yo, are we gonna play that Cold Orb power charge stacking Occultist? Oh shit. Yo. I mean, sounds pretty cool. No, it sounds really cool, dude. The Cold Orb, physical damage converted to cold with power charge stacking. The Water Orb, alright dude, alright. And then we go Frigid Wake. Everything's gonna be frozen on your screen, and you could probably pair that with the cluster that makes chills spread, so would warp hit the Water Orb? I'm not sure.
I'm back. It has auto-targeting. I don't think it will, because it will just get stuck on the Water Orb, right? It's not like smart. It just targets one target, and if they make it target the orb, after it shoots once, it doesn't die, so it keeps shooting until it's gone.
Yeah.
It's not smart.
It's like it's not targeting enemies, it's just like in the Water Orb, like please. There's like a boss there and it's just targeting the fucking orb. Please, dude. The Malediction was nerfed apparently. Oh shit. They took away the chaos damages extra. Holy shit. Well, fuck Malediction then.
Yeah, there's other nodes that are good now. You don't really need.
Yeah.
It was kind of a struggle to make it work anyway, because you had to like have curses and stuff.
You have to have a lot of curses, yeah, for it to be like Omega good. But yeah, fuck Malediction, just go for the other stuff. Seems pretty good. Then Withering Presence, did it get buffed?
Withering Presence is huge, yeah. They changed the 20% chaos damage over time multiplier to 50
more chaos, yeah.
So huge.
And then they said every second inflict withered on nearby enemies for 15 seconds. Every second, that's the same? And then nearby,
That's the same.
that's the same. Okay, yeah. Withering Presence is the same.
That is huge if you go low life and some chaos, because it gives you so much chaos res that you're pretty much
60
capped.
is insane, yeah. 60 is
And
crazy.
Wither is a more multiplier. Oh no, it's increased damage taken, right? It's really good. And more chaos damage is just alpha skill jam. It's like alpha link.
But it can be inflicted, so every second, so it stacks all the way to 15 if you stand around an enemy for 15 seconds, and it stays at max stacks after 15 seconds. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, so you don't have to use Wither Totem and stuff.
Yeah,
that is really boring.
It's really, really good. I hate Wither Totem. I mean, dude, Occultist actually is very, like, interesting.
Vamping, the
I think it's really solid.
and Deadeye.
I'm liking what I see. I do not like what I see from Deadeye. I don't think I plan to play Deadeye after this. Not like I was planning to play Deadeye in the first place, but I also think that Icicle Miners are gonna have to play something else too, because there's nothing now for them here anymore, aside for Tailwind.
Received at least numeric attention also. We believe that the new design philosophy for Ascendancy passives makes them easier to understand.
Elementalist, I really like Elementalist as well. The only thing I don't like is this one. I guess it's cool. Like, actually, it's a good mapping build. It's a very good mapping build. Because, like, you get damage when you need it, and then you get AoE when you don't need it. Where's the thing? Why would they put it on this side? This one, Heart of Destruction, which is here. Gain Convergence when you hit a unique enemy, which gives 30% more elemental damage, which lasts 4 seconds. So you have 50% uptime on that. And when you don't have that, you have 60% increased area of effect, which is pretty good. 60% is a lot. So generally, you'll have like 60% increased AoE while mapping, unless you hit like a unique beyond boss or some shit like that. And then when you get to the boss, then you're gonna have 30% more for 4 seconds, like a rotating buff. And I also think that like you're gonna probably be taking Shaper of Storm all the time because 15% shock. It's always big. Your hits always shock. And then the one thing I'm wondering is, where's the cold one? All damage with hits can chill. If all damage with hits can chill, does that mean all damage can freeze if it crits?
Don't think so.
That's the one thing I was like, Because that could be good if all damage could freeze.
By the way, I think we will see a lot of people playing Shaper of the Storms with Shaper of Flames, with the ring that makes your lightning damage scale your ignites and stuff.
Right.
What is that?
Stormfire.
Stormfire is so good, man.
Yeah, Stormfire is a good
You
unique.
use Herald of Ash, and you just melt everything. Like everything proliferate. You can proliferate it and stuff.
True.
Understand, and that they are a more concentrated source of power. We look forward
and
to
I don't like Inquisitor. It seems like such a hipster build. I think Mathel's gonna fucking love this shit though.
Yeah.
He's gonna make like 3 builds this league with Inquis, I think.
Changes next week. Like with
Have you seen the Hierophant, dude?
They didn't show it though. Where's
There's
Hierophant?
There's a node that gives you +4 power charges, minimum power charges, +4 minimum endurance charges, and +1 max endurance and power charges.
Where'd you see this?
I'll link.
Yeah, please.
Jacob linked me on Discord.
Is it Echoes? Hey, what's this?
Yeah, I think that's Echoes, yeah.
Oh, right, it's down here somewhere.
I think I was already gonna play Hierophant, and now that node is insane. It's actually crazy.
Let's see, I'm scrolling.
+1
Did I miss it?
Power and endurance, and +1 maximum power and endurance. So you have permanent, without taking any node in the tree, you have 4 power charges, 4 endurance charges, always up. And then you can take stuff in the tree. You can take like +1 minimum and +1 maximum, so you have like even more.
Can you link it to me? Because I guess I'm too stupid to see it.
Node. Copy.
Oh, it's a no. Oh, wait, here it is. I guess.
Only have the
Oh,
node.
Hierophant, yeah. It's a +4 minimum endurance, +4 minimum powers, +1 maximum power charges, and maximum endurance charges. So you're gonna have 5.
Permanent 5. But then you can take
not
the
permanent
node
5, permanent 4, and then 1.
Yeah, sorry, yep. Permanent 4. Because the minimum is 3, right? So the +1 makes it go 4, and then the minimum makes it 4 permanent. But then you can take another power charge for 2 points, and then you can use like a Thread of Hope on top, and get the thing that gives you +1 maximum and a lot of power charge damage and stuff per power charge.
Is there anything else have changed though?
I haven't actually seen it.
So gain 20% of maximum mana as extra maximum energy shield. I guess
that's the same.
That's the same, yeah?
Yep.
Now we saw the power charge one. Let's zoom in a bit here. Then you got Illuminated Devotion. 30% increased area of effect if you have while you have Arcane Surge. Immune to elemental elements while you have Arcane Surge. And then Leech.
The same.
But that's the last one now. This is... Oh no, they removed increased spell damage and gave it increased area of effect instead.
Oh, they buffed it.
Did they? No, they deleted increased spell damage.
They swapped the nodes around.
Yeah.
The area of effect went from 25 to 30 and they moved it. And the spell damage went from 40 to 50 and they moved it. And
no, there's no spell damage anymore.
Oh, it's effect of Arcane Surge.
Yeah. And that was...
Okay.
Well, that's better.
It's actually better.
Oh, effect of Arcane Surge is insane.
More damage.
Yeah, it's a lot better like this. Oh. No, what's this one?
If you have if you're using some Arcades build, and you're using a level 20 Arcane Surge in your links, you can get 40-something% more damage, and 50% effect is 20% more damage. It's actually huge. If you're using all of Arcane Surge, you're actually leveling it. It's insane.
You can get a level 17 Arcane Surge with just Vortex.
Okay, that's big.
Yeah, because you could get Vortex. You can make a 4-link Vortex, and you can level it up to 16, and it's permanently up. Yeah. And you can link it to Bone Chill as well. Did they change Convocation of Power from Chances? Oh, that's the one we already looked at. Yeah. They just got the 4 minimum and stuff, which is crazy. Arcane Blessing, so that's a buff overall. Ritual Awakening, 5% more damage for Summon Totem. And got Pursuit of Faith, Maximum Totem, and Totem Duration.
That's really good.
It is pretty good, yeah.
It's the best stat in the game.
Oh yeah, that is Totem Placement Speed. Yeah, it's really good. But was it like that before?
No, they buffed it. They doubled the placement speed.
Yeah.
And increased the more damage from 3 to 5.
That's what I was saying, so cool. Vortex, Bone Chill, hitting Hydro Orb. And then Hydro Orb lasts 8 seconds and there's no cooldown to it being dragged around. So I feel like it's gonna be one huge brand that you can fucking carry around with you the entire time. Dude, I actually think Hydro Orb is really good. Because it's a fizz damage spell as well. With Hatred, it's gonna be so juice, bro. It's gonna be so juice. With Hatred scaling, yeah. And then AoE scaling with power charges. Oh my goodness, bro. Holy shit. The thing is gonna be screen wide. I wonder if you can...
And the relationship with Void Sphere. Water Sphere is my new best friend.
Yeah. Because it has no cooldown either. You just cast it and then you drag it around with you. No, it's not updated. We're checking the differences. We're looking at the differences. So, what about the brand stuff?
Brand is the same.
Friend recall is the same, yeah. Yeah, it's the same.
It's a good node, but I don't think it competes anymore with the other ones that are too good.
Yeah.
Just Arcane Blasting by itself is like 20% more damage, even if you don't take the point after. Ailment immunity.
Yeah.
I think ailment immunity is a bait now on Hierophant. The power charge and endurance charge is too good. I'd rather have 20% phase mitigation and a bunch of res, because now you don't even need res on gear because you get res from endurance charges because it's always up.
It's always up. Yeah. So that covers how much res do you, it's like 5% per? Or
it's 20% res for free, I think.
Let's see, endurance charge give you 4%, okay. So yeah.
16, sorry.
Yeah, that's a lot. 16 all
It's like
res.
a suffix on an amulet.
Yeah, it's like a tier 1 suffix, yeah.
Hierophant is so good.
As we look at like new skill gems.
Helps create new ways to play.
I honestly think this orb is
the Atlas, we've introduced
really
two
good.
gems that provide versatile ways for you to build powerful new characters. These are the Hydrosphere skill gem and the Trinity.
What I really wonder is like, can you scale the activation frequency of the orb?
First, let's have a look at Hydrosphere. The skill summons a huge sphere of water that you can move around to crush enemies.
By the way, like you can see that like as he's dragging the orb around, there's no cooldown. Buff tornado shot, buff tornado shot. Like look, he's dragging the orb around and there's no cooldown on it, yeah?
How do you drag it? You just click it?
I guess so.
While it is active, you can apply cold.
You can see you can drag it as many times as you like. And I'm pretty sure it refreshes the duration of the orb too.
This player is applying freeze to the Hydrosphere.
What if you use custom crit with it? Like Ice Nova and you just spam that, you have like that on a helmet or something, on a 5-link, 6-link?
Yeah.
You just have that, you're melee anyway.
And let's see, let's read the whole thing. Creates a sphere of water or moves existing sphere and resets its duration. Yeah, it resets its duration, so it's just perma. The sphere continuously applies a drench debuff with a short duration to enemies in its area, or those it moves through. You can hit the sphere with other skills to inflict cold and lightning ailments other than chill. The sphere pulses when created at regular intervals while afflicted by an ailment, and after moving, damaging all drenched enemies in the area. Deals 35 to 56 physical damage at level 1. So that's gonna be
I think it has a cast time.
Yeah, it has a cast time of 0.6 seconds, yeah. But I don't know if it has a cast time when you're moving it, because look at it moving around.
Powerful new characters. These are the Hydrosphere skill gem and the
even if it has a cast time.
Oh no, it does have a cast time. It's 0.6 seconds. But I wonder
if trigger it. You
can
put it on 1.
You can trigger, yeah.
Damage surrounding enemies with cold damage.
It's kind of like a brand, like a really good brand.
Yeah, because it also applies exposure, 10% resistances. Or if you give it an ailment, it applies brittle as well, which is crazy. Brittle is like really, really good. It's like base crit. But I don't think you can scale the pulses. But maybe the pulses get better with levels?
Maybe. That's level 1, yeah.
Huh.
Hover for Hydrosphere.
It's the bad exposure though, it's only 10.
And can be supported with spell, area of effect, duration, cold, orb, lightning, and physical.
The animation is so nice too.
It pulses every 0.4
It changes the animation based on what ailment you inflict on the sphere.
It also converts its physical damage to cold or lightning damage based on what ailments are on it.
But you can also like both shock and freeze it. Because I don't know. Huh.
What if your build does multiple at the same time? All ailments.
Yeah, what happens there? What damage does it convert it to?
Maybe the highest.
Maybe the highest, yeah.
Or maybe it does 1/3 of each. Because if you have like over 100% conversion, it splits between everything.
What if?
Yo.
What if the exploded chest triggers Hydro Orb? Boom. It's possible.
What do you mean, like Hydro Orb triggers the exploding chest?
No, you put your Hydro Orb, right? And then you pop it, and it pulses, and then it blows something up. And then the explosion from the exploded chest triggers Hydro Orb again.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, because it
because of the cold damage, yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Could that... Okay, so you put it on there, and you pull Val Breach, boom, dead.
Pretty much. Yeah, that sounds really good, actually. I wonder how it interacts with AoE spells like that. Because Exploding Chest is damaged and it has an area, so it must hit the Hydrosphere. That's actually clever,
Is that a two-head Hydrosphere there, or is that like max power charge assassin scaled Hydrosphere? Because like maybe Hydrosphere is just the whole screen.
That's a two-head for sure.
Yeah, that's a two-head.
Like you can see that he has one power charge.
Based on what elements are on it.
Yeah, I think it could be pretty big.
Yeah. And have you realized that it has literally almost every single tag in the game?
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Spell, AoE, duration, cold, lightning, physical.
Orb? That is a new tag, Orb.
Yeah, that's a new tag as well.
I think then it will get the lightning conversion from, that node. The node
doesn't have fire, actually.
Ring.
Yeah, because there's nothing for fire on it, so... Obviously, it doesn't have fire, right? Like, sure, it's missing, like, one tag, like, so you can get, like, a fucking...
Oh, I thought it was all three elements.
No, it's just cold and lightning, yeah.
I mean, you would use this on BV, right? 100%.
I feel like this could just be your BV. Because it's like, you don't have to keep the blades up. It's a small cast time when you level it up, and then you're just gonna drag this around and it's gonna trigger your explode chest.
I think this, if the damage scales well, because it should be scaling well, it's gonna be insane for Delve. Like you put in the node and you just AFK.
Could be really good, yeah.
I was thinking about more like putting it on the boss and triggering it multiple times with my BV and Val BV, because it's like a more multiplier, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. And it also scales with Head Honor. I'm sure you already talked about that though.
Yeah, of course it does, yeah.
I mean, we didn't talk about the Head Honor, but obviously, yeah, like the fact that it's physical. And by the way, 37 to 56 at level 1 is a lot of physical damage.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually really big at level 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it's level 34 though. It's level 34. That's why it's so high.
Right, okay, yeah, makes sense. But still, I mean, does it kind of scale to like 500 or... It's like 10% more per level. It's like going to be like 100% more, so...
Yeah.
Or even more, like 200% more.
I mean, the thing is, like, we don't even know how insane builds are going to be, because, like, let's say what is it called? The Raven Orb?
Yeah,
is it Raven?
That thing is insane. No, but I know what you mean.
What if it just makes the +2 power charge helmet, like, possible? Right?
I don't know about +2, but it'll have, like, maybe something else, like AoE per power on top or damage per power on top. Like, +2 would be fucking absolutely ridiculous. I don't think they would go down that route. That's insane. But the fact that, like, percent intelligence will also give +1 int is crazy good.
What? I mean, spell builds just seem insane.
Yeah, there's no reason not to play spells in current PoE. Aside for, like, maybe, like, shit like Toxic Rain, which is technically just, like, an attack spell, in a way. Scales off the gem. Anything that doesn't scale off the gem at the moment is kind of like, what are you doing? It sucks.
The thing about Explode, even if they increase the amount of Explode, if you were scaling it, it doesn't really change much. You were gonna kill stuff anyway, and if you weren't scaling it, it doesn't really change. Like, it depends on your build more than the actual percentage of the damage.
That's true.
I mean, it's kind of like a little bit weird, right? Like, just with all the talents, like, there's gonna be so much just stuff sloshing around, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy to farm everything. It's like, I don't know. It's gonna be like Flashback on crack.
This is why I think SSF is gonna be great. You're gonna have access to so much stuff this league. I don't know.
I mean, you're gonna have like double vialed everything, right? Like, cause like even like you'd be like, oh, okay, well there'll be heaps of like Chayula amulets, right? And like, how do you get rid of them? Well, you double corrupt them.
Just
but,
double
like,
corrupt.
generally, you can't double corrupt very easy. But now with the new temple,
you can
affinity shit,
you can target farm everything now. Like, I honestly feel like this is like, if I want to go SSF, this is the league. So I think I'm definitely gonna play SSF.
You know, the only thing you can target farm, map sustain.
I mean, map sustain is never really an issue. I never really bought maps. What you can't target farm this league is Headhunter, unless you go to burials, I suppose.
I mean, who cares? You get a Headhunter anyway. Oh wait, you're SSF. My bad. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, dude.
You can just
farm T3 sack chambers. Maybe you can spam T3 sack chambers as well. Yeah, that's true. Just fucking spam them.
The incursion stuff is just stupid.
It's so good. And also, did you see that we can still sacrifice a map for an Atlas mission? So that's really
and
good.
you can also get harvest Nemesis and stuff still, so you can still get Nemesis belt, chance orbs and stuff. So it's basically every Zana mod as well.
Yep.
And you can still fracture, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe if you can fracture maps again still, that would be like with the...
My theory is that all the harvest stuff is still in. That's what I'm guessing.
But just very rare, you think, yeah? Since like it's not like...
extremely rare. Did you see one of the talents though, bro? One of them adds an extra plot, and then one of them is 10% chance for the other plots to not be consumed like wheels. Yeah. So you can get a triple harvest off on one of the talents. It's so... Oh my goodness. Right, I'm gonna go get to work. See you later.
Alright, see you later.
So yeah, I think the only downside of harvest is that you only have 10 slots to fit the crafts. Yeah. So you need like a tab with all the harvest stuff ready. Whenever you're going to the map, you need like jewels to enchant. You need like stuff to augment. You need like something that needs fizz, life augment. Like you need everything ready because you can't store them.
You can. In the video, they store them.
You can store 10 though. It's like
only 10? Are you sure?
Only 10. Yep. They will add like the crafting station, like the crafting station. Yeah. And instead of 3, it's 10, and you can only have 1 in your hideout.
Oh. Okay. I feel like that's fair.
You're only gonna be storing like influence stuff and like really rare crafts, and you're gonna have to like use everything instantly or you lose it. So before going into harvest, you need like a plan. You need like everything ready. You do harvest, and then you like craft everything.
That's true.
Or you're just gonna waste.
I feel like that's fine.
Yeah.
Because like, especially when I was playing like the Gauntlet, I already had my shit there. Because I didn't have Horde stations when I was playing Gauntlet, you know? Because like, it's hard to get them very, very early in SSF. Like, I would have like just a bunch of bases that it's like, okay, let's just chuck this one in, let's chuck that one in. And then like, since like now you can kind of specifically farm like when you want to do harvest, I think that's fine, right? You just won't have the mass selling like you did, which I think is a good thing, by the way. Because I think that shit was dumb. Like, oh, let me just go to someone and he has like 35 ad removes and I'll just get it off him. It's like, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, I don't know. I think that's like...
That made TFT too overpowered.
Yeah.
Like people that rely 100% on TFT to craft harvest are going to be like, oh no. It's going to be a little more scuffed. There's only going to be like few supply of crafts.
Yeah. And they're going to have 10, right? So yeah, you can still get 10. But like that means that you're going to have to jump from seller to seller, making it more annoying. And technically in RPGs, more annoying means that it's just more gated, right? Yeah. And less players are going to do it.
And you feel the weight of the loot, dude.
Exactly, dude. But I mean, like, it's going to be like annoying, sure, but it's also going to be like, it promotes like healthier gameplay, I think, in a way. Because I don't think like TFT spamming and that sort of stuff was a healthy gameplay,
Yeah.
I don't think that's really like I used it too, and I was like, sure, I made fucking sick items with it, but I wasn't having fun while I was doing it, you know.
I've been scammed. I'm not getting the wings in game.
Did you link the account?
I did link it. It says that I got them, but it doesn't work. Whatever.
Oh, maybe you have to like claim it somewhere. But yeah, to answer the question, chat, we did go over the Atlas things, but we'll go over them quickly, like one last time later. I didn't really understand the next skill gem, the Trinity support, because like I kind of was like bogging out something.
The stream is bad. Now I can't really see it.
Oh, you can't see the stream? I guess I can read it out.
Okay, now it looks.
So support skills that hit enemies, causing them to gain bonuses while you have resonance of all 3 elements, and to gain resonance of elements other than the highest one in a hit. Did I read that right? And to grant resonance of elements other than the highest one in a hit. Cannot support triggered skills, instant skills, orb skills, brand skills which reserve mana. Brands or skills which reserve mana. So no mines, or skills used by totems, traps, or mines. Cannot modify so like it's just self cast, yeah.
And I also attack like normal attack.
Right. And you build up. So yeah, you build up damage using 3 elements. So it's gonna be niche again, and I don't think it's gonna be good, just because of. It's like you can't use it with any skills that are good. Basically, that's what that thing says. Hits with support skills for which the highest damage type of the element causes you to gain 25 resonance of the other element per second for 2 seconds. Maybe this will good be with like any hit, right? And you cycle between the 3 elements.
Yeah.
Lose 5 resonance per second of each element you're not gaining.
Elite is actually really strong, by the way, I think.
Yeah. So you'll have like 25 resonance all the time. Oh no, per seconds for 2 seconds. I'm not sure actually.
What is the maximum amount?
25, I think? I don't know.
Because the penetration only get at when you have at least 25 at the end. You get the penetration only at 25. It's kind of weird. It's really hard to calculate how good it is until you play it.
Yeah. I have no idea. Like, I really don't know whether it's going to be good either. I mean, 3% more damage per 5 resonance. I suppose... Why doesn't it say anywhere how much resonance you can get? I feel like that should be like a basic part of the gem.
Maybe it scales forever. Because it has like a high decay. It like decays really fast. Maybe it just scales fast. And it just falls off.
You're just gated by how much you can attack, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe 75, yeah? 25 per element? But no, because it's gonna be decaying, so you're not gonna have 45 uptime. I don't know, it's a hipster gem, I think.
That deal multiple types of elemental damage. While Trinity supports your skill, any hits that deal damage with a specific element will build resonance with the other 2 elements. The more resonance you have of every element, the more damage the Trinity support gem provides. When you have high resonance with all...
You missed the announcement earlier. How bad did Ore Stack get hit? Ore Stackers actually literally don't exist anymore. You should go watch the video again.
3 elements, Trinity also grants elemental penetration. Here you can see the player using ball lightning.
We won't know until
to build resonance across all
the
3 elements.
actual patch notes are in the game.
The Trinity support gem quickly and uniformly, the player alternates between pairs of elemental damage types. Combined with the elemental...
No, I don't know. I just said that. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna buff them. I was just memeing. Yeah.
Weakness
they didn't say nothing about Ore Stacking, no.
Trinity absolutely decimates enemies.
I think this falls in the category that they were doing with Inquisitor. They're trying to push you to play with multiple different skills at the same time, and they give you like a lot of raw value if you actually play with different skills.
Yeah.
But that like slows your gameplay, but it gives you like a lot of damage.
I feel like it's like that'll be PoG in PoE 2 when you have 6 links in your gem, but right now it's like absolute dog shit. since you're limited to a maximum of 2/6 links if you have a staff and a chest.
Yeah.
And also, like, who the fuck wants to click like 5 things in PoE?
Yeah. Like, have you seen how he was playing, right? He was using Magma Orb and like Lightning Ball, like ball lightning.
Yeah. And like it's kind of like bonk builds as well. Like, no melee player likes that playstyle. That's like, oh, let me cast like 3 war cries. Yeah.
They're just trying to push it to slow the meta, I think. But people keep trying to look for the best ways to do the most damage with the least amount of work, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. They keep nerfing the really fast player speed stuff, though.
Maybe I'd be okay with pressing more than like a couple buttons if they gave us flasks, automatic flasks. Because then your left hand is actually just chilling on your keys, right? And then you can press like buttons aside for like fucking flasks.
Entirely new gems we described, we have done an extensive balance pass on other skills. We have buffed over 40 existing gems, including skills such as Scorching Ray,
I mean, they buffed the gems, so that's pretty good.
Firestorm, Venom Gyre, Static Strike, Kinetic Bolt, Crackling Lance,
Venom Gyre actually really looks good,
and Artillery Ballista.
Yeah.
Full details will be available in the
like a good Venom Gyre poison build.
As well as introducing and rebalancing skills, another important aspect of keeping the metagame fresh in a Path of Exile expansion is adding new unique items to discover and build characters around. Unlike most items you find in Path of Exile that are randomly generated, unique items are extremely rare ones that our design team have hand-created to offer new build opportunities.
Honestly, the unique items they showed us very underwhelming so far.
Some of which are exclusive to its new endgame encounters.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at a few.
Not even new uniques to sell, new uniques
These
to
are some
vendor.
unique worm scale boots called Legacy of Fury. They place scorched ground as you travel, which applies the scorch element to enemies.
Those are basically like
when scorched enemies die, they have a chance to set fire to
just like
surrounding
scorched
enemies,
ground is
dealing
just
a percentage of the
terrible.
slain
Like,
enemy's
especially
life
like, look
at a
out,
time.
like, are you gonna walk around the pack like he's doing? Like, that looks awful.
Yeah. I mean, if you have phasing and a lot of move speed and you just run through and they die as you go through, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
Like, those are bad builds. But if you have like, a lot of damage, a lot of move speed and phasing, you can just run through in a line and they just die.
Yeah.
But yeah, the build was the stuff.
But yeah, exactly. But then you need like the hooves, right?
Yeah.
The Black Flame is like...
I kind of like the ring.
Yeah, but are you actually gonna use it?
No.
Exactly. Like, yeah.
You could do like a...
skin transfer, true. It looks really good for skin transfer. It's a nice art.
Yeah, it's really good. You can't really convert everything to chaos.
No.
Sorry, start the video.
Maybe you can with like alt quality Flame Blast. You know how it converted to chaos?
Yeah, but the skill is really bad.
Yeah.
I know I was gonna play.
Exactly. Yeah, but you could do that, I suppose.
Ignited effect on monsters. Also,
the Chaos Flame Blast build from 2016.
The wither will no longer expire, and you can build up to its maximum of 15 stacks.
Oh, big idea.
Long enough, that is.
Go on.
Bulko's guidance. I'll link them in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Fire damage can poison. And you go assassin, poison sense, fire.
Right.
Your fire damage can poison is attacked, right? And if you use that ring, your ignite also does
but it's a 20% chance to poison. It's terrible.
No, but like you only want the tag fire damage can poison, right? If you have that mod, doesn't that mean like that you can scale it? Because if you know that the fire damage poison, your fire damage doesn't do chaos damage. So like the poison gets killed by your fire damage. That's the main point of the gloves.
Yeah.
You can get poison chance somewhere else, but you want the... Also, it gives like life and flat to spells and res. It's like really solid pair of gloves.
Yeah, pretty good.
And you can use like
but it's 50% less poison duration, bro.
Oof. Yeah, that's kind of bricks them. Yeah.
Less is like... That's like a 50% less multiplier.
I mean, it will still be okay for like damaging like for damage, but I was thinking more like a fire BV build with the ring, ignite chaos, and then.
But then wouldn't you just go Fizz BV? You know.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just stronger. Fizz BV with like, you know, Herald of Purity. Super loud, beware. Okay, let's see this clip.
Should just be spammed by pause cam. It's a figured emote. It's a figured emote. I'm
The fuck?
should just be spammed by pause cam. It's a figured emote. It's a figured emote.
What? You set an alarm and forgot about it? Oh, I see.
Other benefits, this unique ring should ignite a few new ways of playing fire and chaos damage characters.
Wait, Infernal Mantle.
These new Zealot gloves are called Hand of the Fervent and create an interesting interaction between physical damage and the...
Oh, what about Infernal Mantle? Fire damage converted to chaos.
Fire Mantle is nice. It's not amazing though. It's not bad.
Yeah. Good luck getting that 6th link as well. I don't know. Anyways,
kind of easy because some league mechanics drop stuff that is
like Heist and stuff as well. It's
the mana cost of skills. The unique ability of these gloves happens whenever you use a skill. They grant an effect.
I think those gloves are actually good.
Yeah, I saw the same when I saw them.
So basically, yesterday, me and Jacob were theorycrafting. You could go like Brutality Mines because Brutality gives like 69% more damage or something.
Yeah.
At max level. And you can get a level 68 or 75. You can get like a Hunter Belt that gives you 50% overwhelm on the belt. That's 15% penetration pretty much.
Yeah.
And you can get like, on every jewel, you can get 2% from the corruption.
True, but it's not exactly 50% pen. It has like very high diminishing returns and only works against like armor, right?
Yeah. But I think you can scale like pure fizz spells to be okay.
Yeah, definitely. And then
because it's really easy to get overwhelmed. On the jewels, you can get 2% each, and no one uses the jewels, so you can just buy them for super cheap.
Yeah, and 25% of the skill's mana cost as extra fizz damage is huge. So
yeah, you go like big mana cost, increase mana cost on all the tree. You take all the nodes and have big mana pool, so you can also use Arcane Cloak.
Yeah,
maybe you can go with Hydro with this because you can use a Presence of Mind that gives you mana as spell damage.
Yeah, could be alright. Yeah.
Both adds a
you can see that it's a Hydro right there,
damage, but also hurts
probably
you to the tune of 150% of the skill's mana cost over 4 seconds. They also reduce your enemy's physical damage reduction. When we have time during an expansion's development, we try to identify past leagues that can be integrated into the core game as optional side content, with a few improvements. This expansion contains 2 such leagues. Last year, we released the Harvest League, which allowed you to grow a garden of monsters, fight them, and then use their lifeblood to craft your items in powerful ways. Watching this league unfold made us realize 2 things.
Thank you, Hollowings, for the 12
the crafting
months.
options were so powerful and so easily accessible that players had unprecedented access to almost everything they wanted very quickly. Secondly, even the players who did enjoy the mechanics of growing their own garden would probably find it boring if that was something they had to do every single league. When deciding how to integrate Harvest into the core game, we knew that we had to curtail crafting somehow, but we didn't want to just do this by nerfing it a lot. We needed a smarter solution that still allowed players to earn and perform powerful crafts.
So what he says here, it's like they didn't really want to nerf it a lot. So technically, I think they just made it rarer, but
nerfing it a lot. We needed a smarter.
Let's go back a little bit.
Deciding how to integrate Harvest into the core game, we knew that we had to curtail crafting somehow, but we didn't want to just do this by nerfing it a lot. We needed a smarter solution that still allowed players to earn and perform powerful crafts. We also knew that we didn't want players to have to grow and manage their own gardens every league. So let's check out how Harvest works as part of the core game in Echoes of the Atlas. In Echoes of the Atlas, as you play through maps, rather than finding a seed cache, you'll now encounter a portal to the Sacred Grove.
Very nice.
But it's not your own Sacred Grove. It's an established one that is a full complement of plants ready to harvest, fight, and craft with.
Yeah.
The grove contains several pairs of harvests to choose between, each displaying the details of the fight and the corresponding crafting options. You can only pick one of each pair, so carefully choose which crafting options are best for you, defeat the monsters, and use their life force to perform the crafts.
So there's like 4 of them, and then you choose the one from 2 and
Each grove represents quite a lot of crafting opportunities, and you can save up to 10 crafts for later use at the Hydrocrafting station, which is now available in your hideout.
Yeah, up to 10.
We like this compromise because it keeps the exciting elements of harvest, fighting, and crafting, and drops the part that got old quickly, seed management and garden planning.
Actually didn't mind that part.
We're also integrating the Heist League into the core game as optional content with a few improvements.
I think the
in
T3
Heist,
patches
players travel to the rogue harbor to hire
Yeah,
a crew of thieves to help them plan and execute risky
And the whole
heists.
heist thing.
Heist contracts and I'll drop for you at the next smuggler's.
So now, like, to sum up what the heist thing is, basically, you're still gonna be able to duplicate big blueprints, but you're gonna have to re-reveal them every time. So, the cost of markers is gonna be very high. So I don't think people are gonna be duplicating them at all. So
Delve's dead. Actually, no, Delirium is still in the game, so.
yeah, Delve's
If
fine.
Delirium is in the game, Delve will be fine, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that the maps are going to be way more valuable now, since I'm pretty sure you'll still be able to fracture mods onto maps, you know?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Someone said reveals are also gated by running contracts, so you actually cannot spam Grand Heist. You are forced to run contracts if you want to run Grand Heist.
True. Very true, yeah. You just can't spam them, yeah. So Heists are Omega nerfed, which I think it just promotes just like running the content more or just not running it at all. But essentially, I don't think Heists are really going to be too worth it, aside for the uniques. Maybe? But I feel like it's not going to be that like above and beyond running like a Nemesis currency map, for example, or something like that. And alt gems, of course. Yeah, alt gems. I think like you're gonna be spamming heists for the end reward now, probably.
Yeah. You need to spam a lot. It's still gonna be really good profit because of all the alt quality stuff and replica stuff. Yep. Because it's gonna take a lot of time, and people want those items because they're best in slot for their builds. So like the price will skyrocket of specific items, and it's like gonna be really RNG based.
Yep.
So it's like big time sink, big reward heist.
It's all about freeing your allies with boss characters and blast maps with mapping character. I feel like you can have a build that can do both really well, like exclamation mark TR starter, wink wink. You know, Toxic Rain Miner. Yep. I don't think I'm gonna be starting a Toxic Rain Miner this league. I want to try something different.
Dude, me and Jacob have been Theorycrafting like all day about like we go miner as usual, right? But then we transition it to low life, and then late game we transition it to Aura Stacker. Saboteur Aura Stacker miner is insane.
I'm done, dude. We've guess we're breaking up. I just hate Aura Stackers.
It's really good, dude. Like 90% all max res, 6k ES, like 10 auras, all the damage auras you convert to cold from lightning, like it's really good.
Yeah, Aura Stackers are indeed broken. Yo, is there anything else that they revealed?
Yeah, but it's like on a budget. Like I was doing it with white mediums, no mods, just white mediums, and it was still good.
I feel like that's it. There it is. Cool. So I guess we just discussed all the new stuff that's been revealed so far. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.